is Sean Norley, Community Manager here at Hemlock Farms. Going to give an update on the water company. It's been a few weeks since we've talked, and we've just been working to get the water company back into compliance. Quite a few conversations with the DEP, working with a consultant that is helping us to get things back up and running and make sure that we do not have any more violations. There were some violations that I talked about earlier in the month from January 23rd. These were reporting violations again, which means that the samples were not turned in on time. A little confusion on what those samples were and why we needed to take those, but we did have to get some clarification from the DEP and from our lab, but those were submitted, and no issues at all with the samples themselves, other than they were late. So now we're moving forward with our 2024 samples, and those will be due by March 31st, and we're getting those all together here in the next week so that we can get those turned in on time and get them submitted to the DEP. We're also doing our annual calibration of the analyzers. This is another requirement, and this is something that we are talking to a third party to come in and do that for us. That would just take us out of that and make sure that it is done correctly and done annually so that we have no issues with that. We're also making a change to our water licensed operator. We have been working with a consultant. I mentioned this at the January board meeting. That person is at another community but has 30 years experience with water and is a licensed water operator. So he's been helping us along, and he has agreed to hang his license here. And with that, we are going to make a change now to our licensed water operator. He will not be full-time here. He's not going to be here 40 hours a week, but we have constant communication with him. He'll come over whenever necessary, and he is working with our staff to get us up to speed and get us in compliance once again. So another change that's coming to the water company. As I've stated from the beginning, the investigation with the DEP is ongoing. We are still working with them through the investigation. It's not over. There may be more violations coming, and as far as fines, we have not been told anything from the DEP yet, so we're not sure of that. Once we know this and know that there could be fines or more violations, we'll make sure that the members know about this, and I'll talk about it either in video or at the next board meeting, whichever is closer. So we will do that, but just know that since January 11th, when DEP was on here and we made some changes to the water company, and we got the alarms back on and just working with the DEP to get us back into compliance, there have been no issues. So everything's been run fine as far as low residual from any of the wells. If it has happened, the wells have turned off, and then we've addressed the problem, so we haven't had any hits on that at all. So just moving forward with this, working with the DEP to make sure that we are in compliance and making sure that in 2024 that we've got everything back up and running and the way that it should be for our water company. One last thing I want to talk about is the notifications. Some members have asked me, why are we not putting out a public notification? And what DEP has told us is that these will come for the violations that are for a late sample getting in, that those will come in the Consumer Confidence Report, the CCR, and that's included in our annual report that we send out to the membership for the annual meeting in July. So that usually goes out in June, so that in that report this year there will be notifications of those samples being turned in late, so that's where you'll see that. So if there's any other news, I'll definitely make sure that everybody knows about it, and any updates from the DEP, we will talk about that and make sure the membership knows. So that's all I have for now. If you do have any questions on it, please let me know. Happy to talk about the water company or any other questions you might have. Thank you.